Redlining Redhead's back! See? Redlining Redhead. I mean, you gotta really use your imagination here. Redlining Redhead, but I'm back! I've been torn lately. I mean, I love this car. Don't get me wrong. It's probably one of the most fun cars I have ever driven, but I think it's time for a change. I mean, I've done canyon drives through beautiful Southern California. I've taken it to track days, slid around all over the place, drifted some turns, and taken nice drives down PCH with the top down, but quite frankly, I'm sick of it! Now, I've done a few modifications to this car. I've put on some progress lowering springs, some thick sway bars, I mean thick. And this thing handles like a dream. It is incredible. It's like driving on rails. But the driving comfort is just not there. And it wasn't that comfortable to begin with. I mean, sometimes it makes me feel like I'm bouncing around like Jim Carrey in Ace Ventura. This truly is a no-compromise sports car. I've got the top of my head hitting the roof every time I get in it. I mean, look at that. No wonder I'm getting a bald spot. Dude, it's a convertible for a reason. For cargo space, there ain't much room for Costco runs. You're married, aren't you? Take wifey's car. And don't hate me, but sometimes I want an automatic. That's me in 2 years. I'm out. Yes, I know, all of those points can be rebutted, but at this point in my life, I want something that's both sporty and, dare I say, more practical. I'm in the market for something loud and powerful, but at the same time, I want something practical and comfortable, something I can take my wife out in, with the exhaust flaps closed, of course. The BMW F82 M4. It's got a twin-turbo inline-six, it's fast, it's powerful, it sounds good to me, and if I get the automatic, it's got a double clutch. It's easily tunable. There's so many aftermarket parts for it. And if I had to choose a spec, it'd be the dark blue 2018 facelift competition model. The Mercedes-AMG C63S. This thing's badass because it's a twin turbo V8. I have never owned a V8, but to have one with twin turbos would be amazing. That thing also has over 400 horsepower from the factory. Easily tunable. I do love the interior with the sport bucket seats and the Mercedes facelifted steering wheel. It looks sublime. The exterior, I love the exterior. I love the coupe. I might settle for the four-door. Well, I don't know if it's settling. It's practical. And I know I want practical. But I think the coupe looks sexier. And the trim that I would get would be the coupe all blacked out. I love the all blacked out look. The Porsche 718 came in S. This got a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo, but it's got a lot of power. It's got over 300 horsepower from the factory, and honestly, in a small package, someone like this with more spacious interior and comfort features, that's right up my alley. I'm not actually sure what my trim would be. I do love the chalk color, so maybe chalk, I guess. This one I decided to throw in there because this would just be a blast to drive around. The Mustang GT350. That flat plane crank V8 sounds insane, and I love a good engine sound. And that would be a kind of car that I would not buy unless it was manual. It's just, for example, like this car. I couldn't imagine driving an automatic version of this car. The M4, I can have a DCT. The C63, I can have paddles at least. The 718, that's got Porsche PDK. I mean, but the GT350, they only make them in manual anyway, so that's the only thing I'd get. But it sounds like it would be an absolute blast to drive. I think my favorite color is the dark blue. I love blue with white stripes. Something you'll notice about the cars that I've chosen are close to the $50,000 mark, and also pretty good power and all rear wheel drive. I love rear wheel drive. I love being able to kick the back end out, have some fun with it. Because in the end, I don't want to, Mercedes S550. That's not what I'm looking for. I want the best of both worlds. I want to still have a blast whipping the car around, but at the same time, something practical. Well, guys, I got a tough decision to make. I mean, those were a lot of nice cars, and honestly, I've never even sat in any of the cars I mentioned. So what I'm gonna do next is actually rent these cars from Turo, or however I can get my hands on them, drive them around so I can actually get a feel for it, see what I like about it, see what I don't, and honestly, have all the comparisons from going from a Mazda MX-5 to one of these bigger GT cars, and see if, honestly, I might not even want to sell this thing. Like, this truly has been the most fun car I have ever had. I mean, I have so many good memories in it. But in the next video, you might just see me in a new car. I mean, it'll be a rental, but still. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Redlining Red Hat out.